We are officially live as of 3 seconds ago. We are super excited to be here with the judges and the Spline team. And we had so many amazing submissions for this challenge. It was so hard to choose. It was down to the literally last minute, I feel like. But yeah, we will wait for some people to join. I see people are already sharing where they're calling in from. But if people in the chat just want to share, where you're calling in from, I already see India, St. Louis, Sweden. So lots of different time zones, lots of different people joining, which is awesome to see. Perfect. Cool.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, nice to be here.
I know. I always love seeing what a global community it is, and that people call in from some crazy times. Like I've seen in the chat, sometimes people are like, "I'm calling in, and it's 3 a.m. where I'm from," and I'm just I can't believe it. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, that's true for the Spline community as well, right? Like it's pretty broad in regards of time zones. It's cool to see everyone joining in.
Yeah, it's the best. Alrighty, well, I think we can get started. Before we jump in, I am Zoe from the Contra team. I will be emceeing, but here we have all of our amazing judges who put in a lot of work to go through all the submissions and figure out, which ones were the winners. So we're very excited to announce those on this call, and we even have, some winners that are going to come up and share about their creation. So I think we're ready to jump in. What do you all think?
Yeah,
sounds good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's go.
All righty. So to kick things off, I'll just share a little bit about Contra, because I think what's really cool about these challenges is sometimes new people come in, sometimes it's existing people. But Contra is this commission-free creative network, and that's why we love partnering with tools like Spline, where we have this overlapping community and we're able to put on these amazing challenges and get people to create some really insane things using tools like Spline. But, obviously, if you first came to Contra through this, we'd love for you to explore more. And Gábor, I'll have you share a little bit more about Spline.
Right. So excited about this. Thank you, first of all, everyone, for joining the challenge and submitting your work. It was amazing to go through all of that. We were looking into more than 140 plus submissions. So we had a busy weekend going through it, and it was truthfully amazing and inspiring to see all the great results and how you could push the boundaries, what's possible with Hana. And so for those who are here and don't know yet about Hana, basically our core platform for Spline is consisting of the 3D editor, where you can create fully spatial interactive experiences. And early last year, we also launched Hana. And Hana is an even lower barrier of entry into designing interactive content, especially focused on 2D, 2.5D, or even 3D effects and interactivity. So here with both Spline and Hana, you can basically achieve production-ready quality, meaning whatever you create within the tool, regardless of the idea, it could be a motion graphic piece or an interactive piece, or your new branding project, or something that you integrate into a real-world product too. Everything is made so it is production-ready. You can directly embed into multiple platforms and into multiple environments, if it's a web or an application that you are working with. Right, and this challenge was actually mostly focusing to Hana, which is our recent tool that we launched last year. And as you can see on the video too, Hana is full of these little joyful capabilities where you can create 3D and 2D interactivity on the same canvas, but it is very performant because it is like an infinite canvas. And within each frame, you can almost open a portal into an interactive piece. You can create your motion graphics. You can make it all interactive without the requirement to code. And then you can just use all of it, right? You can either export it as just a video if it's a concept, but you could also embed it directly to other tools like Framer, Webflow, or your custom-made web environment too. So yeah, that's a little bit of sneak peek and intro about the platform. I think we can progress now to the next part of the deck. Sorry.
Awesome. Yeah, I was so blown away by like everything you could do in Spline just in a single platform. Like some of the projects when I would go into, I guess like the demo mode, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. You can do all of this in one place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's where we were so excited about this challenge because Hana was, as I mentioned, was released last year. So we are still kind of early, getting started, listening for user feedback. Some of you already sent us plenty of feedback how to improve the tool, what you loved about it, and how you would love to evolve it. By the way, at the end of this session, we will also share a little bit of like sneak peek a little bit of about our roadmap and what's coming next for the tool and the platform too. So be ready for that. But in regards of the hackathon and the challenge, the goal was that we wanted you to just freely explore the tool and unlock its creative potential, especially focusing on some of the core capabilities and features, which are things like 3D shapes and like interactive kind of approaches and interactivity within the HANA platform. And we also have some special effects like glass and other things. So the idea was just to throw it out there, have a challenge so we can freely explore the tool and have some fun. And we were actually aiming for 3 winners and 5 honorable mentions, although it was a very tough and hard decision because there were so many great submissions. Like I think it's over like 140 plus submissions that we saw, but we had these constraints. Unfortunately, we cannot give more at this time, but we were happy to go over it. And these were the kind of prize goals or like the prize rules we had. And then the task was just to design, right, like 2D or 3D interaction. And the more you dived into the tool and the more you unlocked with these capabilities and you try to push the boundaries of what's possible, the more happy we were looking into it. But it was also about making sure that the visual quality and the craft is just there, and it's like high bar, and it's looking nice, it's working well, and it's just conceptually matching your idea and your goals there. And at the same time, you also show what's possible with the tool. Like how can you just do more with a tool like HANA, which is like unlocking new ways to create easy and lightweight 2D and 3D interactive creations. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then the judges behind it all. So Gábor, I'll have you kick off a quick intro.
All right, yeah, amazing. So talking for a while, but by the way, I'm head of product design here at Spline. I have been with the company for about 4 years. My background is also like very close to 3D design. Previously, I worked in other products and startups focusing on 3D, XR, augmented reality, and those types of emerging technologies. So I'm very passionate about this tech, and I'm just deeply building and involved in the platform, making sure that the product and the editor capabilities are actually like being accessible, easy to use, and intuitive enough for you, so you can explore your creations and just be efficient and productive within the tool and platform. And with that, I would also pass it to Mo for an intro.
Thank you, Gábor. Hi, everyone. My name is Mo. I'm a product designer currently at Meta Reality Labs. I've mainly been focused on immersive and emerging technologies, including AR, VR, and have been using a Spline. I think it's becoming about 4 years now since the beta release. I had so much fun going through the submissions. We had so many creative, fun, and nice to watch and engage submissions, and I cannot wait to share more on the winners with you. And on that, I hand it over to Gonçalo.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Mo. Yeah, I'm Gonçalo. I'm a product designer at Spline from Portugal. I've been with the company for about 5 years now. So yeah, I joined very early. It has been a very rewarding journey so far, seeing how far the company has gone and the amount of tooling we have right now. Like I still remember when Spline first joined, it was like a very simple 3D editor. We were building like 3D with like these primitives and these blocks, and like right now we expanded so far, and we have like 2 different editors, and so yeah, it has been a very rewarding journey so far with Spline. So yeah, happy to be here. I would pass it to Handy, but he's not here. I don't know if we we can maybe introduce him. I think he's very well known in the community as well, right? So, and he's an excellent designer. Like he's building. He has this company which is the Not Boring Software, and he builds like these awesome apps with 3D. So we are huge fans of Handy at Spline, and so yeah, we're super happy that he joined us to judge the challenge. So yeah, that's a little intro to me and Andy. I can pass it to Alex now.
Perfect, thanks. Yeah, I'm Alex. I'm a product designer here at Contra. Was super excited to be a judge of this challenge. As most designers, we spend a lot of time, especially product, making sure everything works. And it's very difficult today in design tools to really have a vision of that motion, that just special extra touch that's going to go a long way for users. So was really excited to see the updates with Hana and just see what everyone created. Not only with the motion, but just with that interactivity. And that's, what makes that user delight moment. So was really excited to see just the endless possibilities that everybody came up with. So lots of creativity here and excited to dive into the results.
Amazing. Yeah, definitely a great group of judges. And like we've been saying, all the submissions were incredible. So even if you're not, one of the winners, like everything that was contributed was awesome. And I think we're excited to see everyone continue to build on top of those initial submissions. It doesn't need to be done here. So excited to see what everyone continues to create. And Gábor, I'll pass it back to you to give a breakdown of the awesome prizes.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, as Zoe mentioned, we were just so passionate, and it was so amazing to see all the submissions. And yeah, even if you are not part of the winners, I guess this could be a good opportunity for you to apply for the potential Spline expert badge on Contra if you don't have it yet. So yeah, I think it was great to see just all of you growing your portfolios in such a beautiful way. And for that, just about the prizes. So the concept was that we will actually provide one first place grand prize, which is like $2,500. The second place will be $1,500. And for the third place, we also will provide $1,000. And then we also wanted to expand it with more honorable mentions. So we will have 5 honorable mentions, and each of them will receive $100. And on top of that, we also have, Zoe, maybe you can mention a word about the additional 2,
Yeah, for sure. So this is something that the Contra community, does to participate in these challenges. We have a top community promoter, which is the person that is, promoting the challenge the most, and that person gets awarded $1,000. And then community favorite is the content that is being engaged with the most. So this is where the community is liking, upvoting, commenting on posts, and that person is also rewarded $1,000. So excited to present those winners.
Awesome.
Amazing. Okay, well, now we're getting to the exciting part, which is, drum roll. We will present, the winners in a certain order, but very excited to jump in. So, Alex, I will pass it to you for the community winners.
Wonderful. So congrats to our community winners. Anki was our top community promoter. So they brought the most creators and participants into this challenge, which for a tool like this, it's just awesome that, we share and we all grow together with the tools that just arise. So thank you for that. And then Javier was the top community favorite. So this was a really fun one because they actually took some Contra UI, the Contra Pro, and really added like a fun element to it with animation and motion, working with the Contra logo. So I was excited I got to present this because I've actually worked on this piece of product, and it's always so exciting to see what people take and use and, where their inspiration comes from, and just, again, implementing those really cool moments of user delight, especially within a product like Contra. So thank you so much, and congrats to both of our community winners.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah, I love that project.
Yeah, cool. It looked amazing, especially also the fact that it's crazy how you did the transition from like the 2D to 3D and like all those micro interactions and motion. And also the presentation of it was on par like with the process. Like we saw some work in progress, how you did it. So yeah, congrats.
Yeah, I love those tutorial style videos that people did, because it made me realize, as someone who's like, you know, I'm not a designer, I'm like, oh, I could definitely do that. Like that seems really easy and approachable, versus just seeing the end result. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, that must have taken like so much time and effort. But these tutorial videos really make it feel like so digestible, which is awesome.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, and then I'm going to pass it to you, Gonçalo, to go through the honorable mentions.
That's right. Yeah, usually when we have these challenges, we always have a lot of excellent submissions. So we always try to have some honorable mentions and try to expand the prizes as much as possible. And so, yeah, congrats to all of these creators here. I will try to pronounce their names. Sorry in advance if I mess some of their names, but Kirtana, Adrian, Isabel, Divan, and Christine, congrats on being an honorable mention. And yeah, just calling out a few. I think Kirtana one was really awesome. We really enjoyed it. I think it was like a really good example of something that could really live in production and like on a website. And we really enjoyed like how she put it together, and like the sliding animation was awesome as well. Yeah, Adrian did also really good visuals. We know Adrian from our community as well. He's always doing amazing stuff in the community. So yeah, he used a lot of awesome features there combined with 3D. Yeah, Isabel also super cool, like how she used like glass to mimic like this water effect. Thought that was really smart. Yeah, Divan, we really liked how he built like a full brand identity almost, right? It was not just like a simple design, it was like multiple designs, and it was kind of consistent throughout. So yeah, really good work there. For Christine, I think it was really cool how she also used AI image generation. I think it's a really good example of like how you can use AI to complement your workflow and quickly create these images, which, you know, previously before AI was way more difficult to come, you know, together. So
also like using it inside Hana directly, that was great to see how she went through the whole like concept and flow from like generating it, removing the background, putting it in context. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool projects. Yeah, congrats to all the honorable mentions.
Yeah, these are all super impressive and such a like variety of projects. So cool to see. Alrighty, and I will pass it to you, Mo, to present our third place winner.
Yes. So the third place goes to Javier. I hope that pronouncing the name correctly. So we chatted about this a bit as it was one of the I think community winners as well. It is very nicely put together. The micro interaction is nice, having multiple tiers of interaction on hover and then on click. It gives you the right amount of surprise, not like being too much in your face, using different features, and putting all together with a very nice presentation, walking you through the design process and the thought process was very nice. Congrats again. And I think that was one of the funnest experience throughout this challenge.
Absolutely, yeah. I think one thing that stood out is definitely like the animation of the 3D, right? Like how smooth it was. I think that was a really nice detail. So
yeah,
certainly see that to become like an interactive element of Contra, not just being a prototype or a mock. So Contra people consider it.
Yeah. Also, I would want to add in that it was so great to see how Javier actually combined the 3D shapes on the 2D flat surface. So I think that's the whole promise, or that's the whole advantage of HANA, where in Spline, you would need to do a spatial composition. It's perfect for doing something where you need the fully immersive experiences. But if you want to have like pixel perfect control about the 3D shape in a 2D context with typography and other UI elements, it's just like a much more straightforward way to do it directly in HANA. And this was a great example of that, how Javier could nail those ideas there and concepts. Yeah. congrats.
Awesome.
Absolutely,
Congrats,
yeah.
Javier. Okay. And then I'll pass it to Gonçalo for the second place winner.
Yes, for second place. Yeah, congrats, Fabio. Yeah, we really enjoyed this one as well. I think the presentation again, right? Like bringing it back to how you showcase your work. I think it's really important, and I think it's also something. It's like a nice tip for all the designers out there, like how you present your work. And so yeah, we really enjoyed like how Fabio was, you know, trying to recreate something from the real world and bring it into like the digital world. And you know, all the interactions are super thoughtful, like how you pick the vinyl and bring it into the you know, the machine. You know, and then this really cool effect of like seeing how the vinyl interacts with the mat below it. So yeah, I think that was very, very smart of Fabio, and I think, yeah, it's just a very complete submission here. So very nice.
And we're lucky because we've got Fabio actually here. So I'm going to bring him on stage. And Fabio, we'd love to hear just like what inspired this amazing project.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
So first of all, I really enjoy doing this challenge. I haven't heard of Contra, and I heard of this platform last week. So the challenge, and I was like, let's go for it. And I was working on a project also about some DJ stuff. And I thought like, okay, I want to do something based on the DJ stuff. And when I saw that one of the requirements was using liquid glass, this was the first thing that came to mind, like this vinyl, how it reflects the image that's underneath. So that's how the idea came to mind. And the way that I executed was, so the carousel, it's an alike to path. So every album cover is aligned into a circle that is not visible. And it has a 3D transform, so I can change the depth of which vinyl is selected. And well, most of it is experimenting and playing, and I really enjoy this challenge. I'm happy to be a winner.
Oh yeah, that's amazing to see. And Fabio, this was your first time using Hana, or you used it before?
It was my first time using Hana. I used Spline a few years back, but this was my first time using Hana, and I really liked it because I'm most used to the 2D canvas. So I feel more comfortable in Hana, but also having the option of adding a 3D layer on top of the 2D. That's really exciting.
Yeah, that's amazing to see. We were also very impressed by the level of interactivity you added in with the state-based system. So you really nailed it with Hana here, where there are multiple actions. You can grab out the album artwork, the vinyls, but there are some interactions even on the actual machine and device itself. So it's like a truly in-depth interactive piece. Yeah, congratulations, especially given the fact this is your first time. Like this is like a proof of, right, like you can just pick up this tool and do something crazy or do something amazing in a matter of like minutes or hours or a day or so.
Yeah, definitely. I think we saw a lot of people saying they were picking up Hana for the first time, and it was super cool to see like what everyone were able to do in like such a short amount of learning the tool, right? So that's super rewarding for us. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Fabio, unless there's any other questions for Fabio. Okay. Well, thank you and big congrats.
Thanks, Fabio. Thanks for joining.
Congrats. Thank you.
Amazing. And then for our first place winner, Gábor, I will pass it to you.
All right. Peter Dimitrov, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Congratulations. Yeah, you won the first grand prize of $2,500. And yeah, this was a pretty objective, like we had a scoring system. Our judges were actually individually, taking their stab on each submission, going through all of them. And this is the result of it, right? Like it was like a purely objective result of the whole like decision of the judges panel. But this was a tough one, right? Like it was tough to decide, but you got the most points. So this was the one of the best creations, it seems like. And yeah, I truly believe too as well, because it is amazing what you did there. And Zoe, maybe if we could make the loop going on. I think the video stopped for a second. That would be helpful when I'm explaining. Amazing, thank you. Yeah, so I think Peter did something very interesting there. His take on that project was actually, or the idea was, right, like that, let's just cook something more, right? Like let's just cook as you are designing, and let's come up with some new ideas. So he took it literally, right? Like he created this pan with which you can cook up some logos and do some kind of interaction with it directly. But the level of craft and detail in the illustration itself was just beautiful. Like he actually put in all that pixel level detail to the 2D shapes and the effects and the stickers on the panel of it, the knobs and the UI, the physical, almost like this skeuomorphic interface. And on top of that, he combined it with a very simple 3D shape, I think, which was this pen, which was animated pretty well. And you can also see that he was just taking it to the next level with the additional effects that Hana can unlock to you, which are noise layers. We have like noise glass and some kind of noise manipulators that you can put on top of other images or panels or graphics. And that's how he could just achieve this effect of the flames and also the neon-like looking, like cooked little logos and pieces that are jumping out from the pen. So yeah, this was like definitely pushing it to the limits, what's possible and the boundaries. But at the same time, it's just so simple, so clean how it looked like. So it's like a very great example of also the concept of, you know, just you can take something, be it like a frontal presentation, like 2D primarily, but adding a little bit of 3D detail to it. So he just could actually elevate this whole experience with that approach. So yeah, definitely a pretty beautiful submission. Congratulations again, Peter. And yeah, I really love this one. And congrats if you are here. Just congrats. If not, then I hope you will get the information at some point in the future. Yeah, so this was awesome. Beautiful what you did. And also all of you, what you did. Like I would just love to say congrats to everyone who submitted their work, because there was just plentiful of great submissions, and wish we could give even more prizes. But hopefully next time you will be able to submit to our challenge again in the future.
Amazing. Awesome. Yeah, congrats, Peter. And yeah, big shout out to the Spline team who, you know, worked really hard to put this together, and also providing some amazing prize amounts, right? Like $2,500, $1,000. Those are amazing prize amounts for people to receive. So yeah, shout out to the Spline team. And then, you know, to kind of wrap things up, I'd love to pass it, Gonçalo and Gábor, to share, you know, what's next for Spline.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we have a lot of plans for Hana. We want to keep improving it. And as Gábor said already, like anyone that participated on the challenge, feel free to reach out to us on many of the channels that we have available. It could be on Contra or Discord community, and just give us feedback on your experience, because that's really the best way for us to improve our tools. But yeah, for Hana, we listed a few things that we're bringing in the future. So we will have web GPU support, which will be huge for like performance improvements. We also have timeline, which is coming soon, which is something that we know like a lot of people are missing. And we are very impressed by the animations that people already make with Hana, but we know that you know, the timeline is something that will help them even more to make like those, you know, perfect animations and be very precise with the timelines and the timings.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, we also launched Timeline somewhere, I think, last year for Spline, the 3D editor. So we already have it there. I think that was one of the most requested features. So I think the community is pretty happy about it. But yeah, like as we sneak peeked here, it's coming for Hana 2. So it will allow you and unlock you even more creative possibilities to go to more detail, creating interactive motion graphics. That's like huge.
Exactly. Yeah, and also like 3D, as you can see, like we're bringing in more 3D into HANA. We feel like it's an easier way for people to get into 3D as well. Like we know that for some designers, like the 3D space of like the original Spline editor is still, you know, difficult to get into, right? And so with HANA, it's an even easier step for you to design with 3D. So we want to keep bringing more capabilities and more 3D features into HANA. So yeah, that's something we want to focus on.
On that note, if you have an idea, feel free to also reach out to us. We are listening and shipping and building quick. So if the 3D shapes spark you some ideas, let us know, because we already have some concepts and ideas in our mind, but we would love to hear from you as well. If you have anything on mind, we are just happy to act quick so we can make it more useful for your use cases.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we are planning to bring Code API for HANA as well. Maybe more for our developers out there, but also for the designers working with developers on their team. It's something that's very powerful, right? You can expand what you create on Spline or HANA with code. So we do believe that it's a very important thing to have. So yeah, it's just very good way of expanding whatever you create with code. So yeah. And also for the Spline 3D editor, we're constantly shipping improvements and doing UX improvements there. So that's also something that we want to make sure we're committed to. It's also to keep improving our 3D editor and both editors at the same time. So yeah, that's a little bit of what's coming in the future for Spline.
Yeah, and for context, just to give a bit more color to the Code API piece, and that's, I think, a good bridge to Spline's 3D core editor too. We already have the Code API there. And what does it mean? It means that actually you can integrate your Spline scenes, or in the future also HANA scenes, with other environments, whether it's like based on like a no-code web builder, or like you just code it from scratch with like a Next.js or all sorts of other projects, or like maybe a native app, because with Spline we already can export to iOS and Android too. Then you are actually being able to control 3D scene and the HANA interactive scene from external sources. So if you would have like a scroll or a scroll bar or maybe like switch or button or slider, you can actually directly manipulate and inject data into the scene and back and forth. So you could create your custom like 3D avatar builder, or like just push the boundaries of what's possible and integrate it even more deeply with existing systems, products, and apps. So that's something that's already out there for Spline. If you want to try it today, it's already capable and possible to do so. But it's also coming soon for HANA, and it will just further bridge the gap between the two platforms, and so you can just build with both. Like we truly believe that design shouldn't be about thinking what dimensions you want to go with or what dimension you want to design with, but it should be something that you just subconsciously, you don't think about it, you just go and execute and do your detailing, your craft. And so our canvas, our like infinite canvas in HANA, like unlocks that creative potential. But if you want to dive deeper into like a fully immersive 3D, then you just have the core 3D editor there for those use cases. And that's why we are also very excited about WebGPU too. If you don't know about that, so some more detail or color to it is that it will even make it much more powerful to run all of these experiences on lower-end devices, real-time in the browser. So WebGPU is already out there. It's already being like compatible and suitable for the standard set of browsers that it needs to be working with, and that people are actually using. And so we are very happy about it, because now we can finally provide support for it too, and it's coming soon for HANA. So look for even better performance, because HANA is already meant for performance, but with that it will just incrementally increase it and further improve what's possible and what you can actually achieve with real-time 2D, 3D, 2.5D, and like multiple dimensions experiences in the very, very near future. So yeah, we are looking forward to it. And also, if you want to join the discussion, just please keep us in the loop on Contra, but we also have a community on Spline. So if you need any direct support or inspiration, just join us there, and yeah, just keep exploring, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with design, because I think this is like a really good potential for also your future, your portfolios, your freelance, and also for your studios and all sorts of work that you are doing and growing with. So yeah, we are lucky to be here, and we are happy that you're with us.
Yeah.
Awesome. So much exciting stuff happening at Spline. And I think also, I'm sure like following on X is also a great way of getting updates. I feel like that's a good spot as well. Well, thank you to everyone that joined throughout the live stream. Thank you to the judges, but also like, again, special shout out to Spline for putting this on for the community, whether that was like existing Spline people and also new people that got to discover Spline for the first time this way. So yeah, thank you everyone. And unless judges, you have anything else.
Just keep building, keep pushing the boundaries and limits of design and craft and the dimensions and that's all. Yeah. That's
and also thanks to the Contra team as well for putting the challenge together and helping us out, and also Mo for joining us, and Alex as well. Thank you so much for your help.
Yeah.
Of course, it was fun. I was also going to invite the community to try thinking outside of the 2D screens, because the Spline is very powerful, and I've been using it for XR prototyping and design as well. So keep pushing it. It's way more capable of just creating awesome designs and sharing it on 2D platforms. Think about other platforms, oncoming platforms, and keep using it.
Awesome.
Amazing. Cool. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, we'll see you on the internet.
Right. See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.